So today is about resting in who you are and allowing yourself to be in the state of being that actually allows you to rest within your temple, within your embodiment. And when you are allowing this, just notice if tension arises and consciously allowing yourself to release that tension, because it is that tension that creates a appearance of a separation from who you really are and who you desire to allow yourself to be. So when you are moving into your ideal self, the way that you envision yourself in your highest vision of who you are, that self is not separate from you. It's not in a future timeline. This is more about resting. Giving yourself permission. Allowing yourself to rest within your essence of being. This is not a separate, created self. It is not merely an identification of a fraction of yourself. It is the full allowance of your being to rest in your own frequency, allowing yourself to marinate within your own frequency, which allows the being to be activated and to come alive within you. But most beings upon the planet are operating solely as an identity or fractured identities. And through that allowance of people celebrating success that is only created through identity, the entire system of belief in the common culture is to celebrate success that has come through the crystallization of identities. When in truth, everyone desires to rest in their presence of being. But no one is allowing this to occur. And so most beings are creating identities only, crystallizing identities, and then wondering why their reality isn't reflecting the beauty that they desire to experience. It can only be through your most natural state of being, which will emanate differently through you and entirely uniquely through you. It cannot be reflected the same in another being. It cannot be mimicked or copied or created. Your essence must arise from within the depths of your being. You must allow it. But it is very rare for beings to allow this to occur within them. Why is this so? Most beings would rather settle for the applause from others, from a falsely created identity, rather than showing up as they truly are. Which it is only by showing up and being as you are that can create the dream, your soul's dream, your soul's vision to come to life. So, as you are moving in your day, moment to moment, you are tuning in. You are asking yourself, you are checking in, scanning your field, scanning your system, and you are saying, is this true moving through me? Is this truly my essence of being moving through me? Or is this an identity that I've been accustomed to pursuing? Yes, coming from love, quieting the ego. Yes. Through your alignment, purely from your love, purely from your essence of being. That is true self-love. That is true self-love. As you align, you just simply are melting the energies that try to force an identity, because everyone is doing this. Most beings are doing this in the world, trying to crystallize and force the identity. But the beingness desires to flower, to be free, to fly. That is a pure desire that is arising from the being. And it is why consciousness has manifested through the vessel of the human being, in order to experience your own freedom, not a freedom created by another. Even if that being is free, even if that being is free, it is still not your life. So what matters is the way you manifest through your own freedom and through following the spirit of your freedom all the way, in every moment. Finding when there's an identity that likes to mask who you truly are. Allowing your resonance and your intuition to be your highest guide above anyone else's voice, because it is your unique wisdom that matters, springing from the depths of your being. When something is not in resonance within your life, you will discern it, you will feel it, you will intuit it. You will know that you must break free from that creation. That could be a business, that could be a part of your lifestyle, that could be any aspect of your creation. And it's perfect. It's perfect because it's the mirror showing you, okay, this is where I can free myself more deeply. This aspect of creation. And so it allows you to see that mirror, and it allows you to free yourself from that construct that you have outgrown, that no longer resonates with you. Yes. Someone said, destroy your old self to become who you are destined to be. Absolutely. 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 With every fiber of your being, always burning the old selves that arise in order for your true power to come through. And this does not need to be reflected in others' powers. This is reflected within your own being, reflected to you by your own self, acknowledging your own source of power, your own powers within. And they will naturally manifest themselves through you as you allow yourself to marinate within your being, as you allow yourself to dissolve within your being. When energies come in that feel unwanted within the reality, they are simply reflections to discern and to allow you to powerfully align with who you truly are. Not to force who you truly are, to powerfully align with your inmost essence. Everything is giving you an opportunity. Everything is giving you an opportunity to align with who you are, to release and let go of old timelines and old ways of being. Allowing yourself the space to be different than who you were before. In all of the different and various timelines that you have showed up as. Because you have showed up in so many different ways upon your path. Not being attached to them, allowing them to move freely, and allowing yourself to become as you desire to. There's freedom in that. There's freedom in that. It's okay. You can surprise yourself. You can surprise yourself. You can allow yourself to be in the unknown. And you can still create powerfully in the unknown. So, resting in your essence beyond the patterns of fear that arise in the mind or in the emotions. Not allowing those energies to strip you of your power. Just allowing yourself to be open in the moment, available for your own wisdom to speak through you. And allowing yourself to move in this way decreases fear, opens your being to more love, to more opportunities from your own presence of being upon your own self, because you are allowing it. Fully allowing yourself. Yes, mindfulness, as you said, mindfulness. But more so, presence of being. Presence of being. Allowing your mind to quiet. Allowing your mind to quiet. Moving from sheer inspiration of being. And trusting, deeply trusting this unfolding. That is yours. That is yours to freely create in. Without fear. With presence. With love. With full beauty and belief. Belief in who you are, in your unique frequency. Have you ever seen another being like yourself? Also holding the energy of being proud of the path that you've walked until now. Looking back at the entire life you've lived, and allowing yourself to own your power, own your wisdom, without diluting it, without lowering yourself in any way. Power is not evil. Power is not evil. Allowing yourself to feel the essence of your power. Seeing the purity in your power. And seeing when you mask your own power. And for what reason? What exactly is it that tries to hide power? Or that tries to mask your own wisdom? That can only be an identity that has forged a pattern of belief. And when you identify that, when you can see it clearly, where are you seeing it from? You're seeing it as awareness. Allowing yourself to identify when you see these energies arising. Because this is what changes everything. When you allow yourself to see what has been masking your power, and you stop identifying with those energies which have been masking your power. What do you think happens to a being that stops identifying with those fear-based ways of thinking and being? You begin to create with precision. You begin to create from your essence of being, not from an idea about yourself only, but from your own embodied wisdom. Your embodied wisdom desires to be set free from within you. It is only when you stop your momentum, stop your power, stop your creativity, that you begin seeing the manifest reality reflect those energies. So it's more important that you see those different masks that play out within your reality. Observe them. Detach from them, because they are the ones that create the constraints in the manifest reality. Those are not the energies which are creating what you desire. Those are the energies working against your soul's desires. So even if you have a deep relationship with certain identities and aspects of you, it does not mean you may even like some of them. It does not mean they are who you are, who you truly are. It's good to self-inquire and to discover, are those who I really am? Or are those simply identities created that I've invested in? And this will liberate your being, and not only liberate you internally, you will see the reflections in your manifest reality. You will see them manifest, the ones that you want, by removing the masks of who you used to be, which is not serving where you are going. But you must see them, and you must discern them, and you must say to yourself, I can see that those are not me. that those are no longer me. And now those are holding me back. And when you can say this and see it clearly, all you have to do is be able to observe it from neutrality. Observe it from neutrality. And once you do that, you're already detaching from the fear, from the limitation, from the previously created identities. And so once you see it, it's creating the space. It's creating the space. Now, you're abiding as awareness, pure, unbound awareness, and now you're identifying them. So now those identities are scurrying away. They cannot abide in your light because you are not making room for them. And so if you are not making room for them, your reality, your physical reality is now quickly changing in your quantum now. Okay? It's not that the magic is happening 5, 10, 20 years down the road. No. It means you're creating in real time with the universe. Why? Why would you want to create in linear time? Linear time is an old paradigm. This is why all the information that you need about your reality, it's directly in front of you in every moment. It's directly in front of you in every moment. It's what you experience day to day. It's all of your experiences that you have in a day. It's how you feel within your day. It's what you think within your day. And as you bring everything to the highest, to your highest vision in every moment, then do you think the identities from the old realities believe in your highest vision? No, of course not. Because those old identities are the culprits. They are the culprits. They are the ones with fear. Not you. Not who you really are. You are without fear in your highest essence and in your highest vision. And you know deep within you that you can create exactly what you desire. Your true self is not in fear about this. Your true self is trusting your unfolding. You are moving as the highest God in your reality, not as a belief, as an actuality. It is you who is creating all of this. It is you who is creating every step of your unfolding, because this is adding to your soul's progression and your consciousness work within your being. You are simply moving in your unfolding through all of your timelines. And so each moment you align powerfully with your essence of being and who you truly are. Do you know what happens in every timeline you are existing in your quantum now? You are aligning in those lives in your highest. And so when you align in your highest in this quantum now moment, those lives that are simultaneously occurring in your now begin unifying in your field. Unifying in your field. And in those lives, in this now moment, you are waking up to your highest there. You are in your highest manifestation there. In that life. And so you are creating a magnetic field, which is now aligning each timeline in your quantum now reality. Each timeline is now, it's in a geometry of your field of perception. But now all of those fields you are communicating with in your quantum now. Through your consciousness work, through what you are allowing yourself to attune to within your own being, and what you are allowing yourself to create in your manifest reality. And now, never separate yourself from the physical reality. Why? Because the physical reality is a direct embodiment of your soul's evolution, work, and progress. It is not separate. Your inner alchemy reflects in the physical. It becomes a direct mirror of who you are allowing yourself to be. Who you are allowing yourself to be in any given moment. In any given moment within the reality. So what happens when you powerfully align with who you desire to become and are? Because who you desire to become is not separate from your inmost essence of being. So what happens in that moment? What happens in this moment if you are allowing it? Each timeline is collapsing into your highest timeline in your quantum now reality, which means what for you? It means that you are at the highest possible elevation. If you are allowing it, you will know. If you are allowing it, it means that you are in full alignment with your destiny and are allowing the full force of your momentum across all lifetimes to manifest through you. This means that you are only allowing yourself to move like this if it is in this life and in this moment. This is happening across all timelines for you. So in this now moment, if you are allowing your highest to occur in this now moment, you are transforming and changing all of those lives simultaneously. So you must allow this to occur by giving yourself to your great work, giving yourself to your soul's work. Nothing is more important than this. There is nothing on the planet that is more important than your powerful alignment with who you really are. You have the power to completely, radically transform any aspect of yourself, your consciousness, your being, your physical avatar, and your physical reality. But you must allow it. You must not identify with the fears, with the limitations, and any of those voices or patterns that play out within the reality. Be vigilant to discerning them. Be like a hawk. Be like a hawk. Allow it fully. This is your moment. This is your life. And when you allow yourself the full power of your own being to manifest through you, you break the identities. You break the fears. You allow yourself your own life. How many beings are allowing themselves their own life to live? even at high successes that people can manifest, what matters is the quality of the consciousness. Not that they just pummeled everyone to the ground in order to get there, to their quote unquote success. It is through your own consciousness work that your freedom will directly manifest within you first, within your inner being, and then it will begin directly manifesting within your reality. But you must allow it. You must allow yourself to be at the edge of your existence, to allow yourself to constantly be in the unknown, fearlessly, with arms wide open, and allow courage. Courage is always a sign that you are in tandem with the divine and you are running like a wild galloping horse on your soul destined path. Courage, fearlessness, the ability to traverse the unknown through all odds. Going through difficulties is also part of that, but it gives you tremendous strength. It gives you tremendous inner strength, and that can never be taken away from you. Your life experiences are sacred to the work you do on the planet, to your sacred work that you are here to devote yourself to fully. Okay, you didn't come to Earth to just have a job or a career. You came here as a powerful force of consciousness, as a powerful force of the divine. And as you give yourself to your work, the limitations, the fears, the insecurities, the doubts, they become transmuted. You liberate yourself from them. In the devotion to your great work, in the love you have for the divine celebration of existence. And you will be guided specifically. From inside your own vessel, you will be guided. And this is how you are developing unshakable trust. You move moment to moment in that trust, trusting that wisdom that moves through you. When your intuition is telling you what to do you do it? Do you do it? Because it is in the action you take from your wisdom that develops the fearlessness, that develops your courage, that develops unshakable trust. So this is about honoring your being, honoring who you are. Being proud of yourself, divine pride for your sacred path that you have walked. Because even if the beings on the planet who have walked their path are not being held on the high thrones that beings that are super successful in business, for example, are held on. It just shows, right, where the culture's attention is. But where is your attention? Because it is you that places yourself on your own throne as a king or queen of the reality. It is you. It is by honoring your own being. Allowing yourself the fullness of your own sacred devotion in whatever way that manifests through you. There is not one way that needs to be. It is 100% unique to you. And no one can bring that frequency through. No one can bring through what you can bring through. So, in this moment, can you feel the frequency of that in you? Can you feel the frequency of who you really are and what you are here to bring within the reality? Because it is that which desires to emerge through you. So, simply allowing it. Simply allowing yourself the presence of your truth of being, of your power. Because there is not another soul who can bring through what you can bring through. So with honor, with love, devotion, and full knowingness from your source of being, you command the entirety of your being to align with it fully, and to allow that force, that life force which you are, to be honored and revered in you, and bringing that through. That is your highest work within the planet, to allow yourself to bring it through. And Source will signal a different person, a different being on the planet, maybe to bring in something even similar, a similar frequency. But guess what? It is not the same frequency as yours. It is not the same frequency of what you can bring in. But you have to allow yourself to also live on the razor's edge of your destiny and eliminate doubt. Eliminate doubt upon your path. Because doubt is a signal that your old self is still functioning. If doubt arises, it means there's an aspect of you, a relationship within you, that is still functioning and needs to be demolished. That part of yourself is not living in your destiny. The part of yourself that doubts yourself, it's not living in your destiny. It's living, it's trying to still exist. And that's why it continues to arise if it still arises. Okay, but just observe it. Just neutrally observe it. Allow yourself to observe it and to detach from the doubt. Okay, do not give it an ounce of your attention. It's false. It is a false identity that is trying to take down the ship. Okay, when the ship is your soul and the ship will cross any sea. Okay, so the doubt must be identified as immediately as it arises, and to detach from that. Detach from that doubt, because it's formed a relationship. Okay, and so you're disconnecting from that relationship. You're saying, this does not match me. This is not who I am. It is a false voice arising, this doubt, this limitation, this fear. And as you become powerful in aligning with who you really are, that doubt is dying. It is eliminating itself. It is disappearing. And in that, what do you think happens? In that, your true self is rising. In that, the manifestations you desire are moving through your vessel, moving through your being, and you are creating in the quantum now manifestation, spontaneously as well, in your freedom, simply by honoring your vessel, honoring what you are here to do, being absolutely devoted to it. It is the same as devotion to your own self, your sacred work on the planet. It is the same in that reflection. That's why the longing comes from within your being, for example, for your own unity of being, or for your expression in the world. That is simply a unification occurring within you for your destiny, for your soul destined path. So when you are discovering and observing those different limitations that arise, and you are detaching from those limitations, then you are anchoring in your truth. You are anchoring in who you desire to become and who you are. Remember, who you desire to become is already inside of you. It is your truest essence of being. So it is you allowing that inside of you in each unfolding moment, and allowing that you that is already present here and now. You don't have to. Some people experience it as creating a version of themselves, okay? But the truest essence of you is already present within you. Usually it's just about removing what is not and being able to clearly see those. And as you clearly see them, you regain more and more power within your being. So as you allow this, your power will naturally and organically manifest. The more vigilant you are upon your path, the more vigilant you are. This is how you get through the difficulties, the hardships, the more dense identities that arise. How do you get past those difficult moments, those difficult energies? You cultivate vigilance, hardcore vigilance. And I feel that this energy specifically is lacking so much. It is lacking in the collective field. But if you cultivate vigilance, you will be able to see with the eyes of a hawk, and you will be able to catch those tiny limitations and veils and doubts and fears that maybe seem very small. But it is even the tiniest doubts and fears that are allowed in a individual field that stop that being from manifesting the totality of their destiny. So this is why vigilance is important, because it is through vigilance that you will win the totality of yourself and the life that you desire to create. I think vigilance, courage, taking massive risks, and as much as you can on a daily basis. Risks of choosing your soul and your freedom and what you actually desire, as opposed to just mainly being an observer in reality. So this is about fully being at the edge of your momentum and taking at least one, what feels like a risk to you daily, what might feel like a risk to you, because that seeming risk that you may take will absolutely open up your entire life and have you living in your freedom. So today, after this live, what risk will you take in order to push yourself beyond your edge? because it is that risk that you choose to take on a regular basis. The more times at a higher rate of frequency you can take them, that will allow you to surpass the limitations of comfort, the limitations of identity, the limitations of your seeming physical reality. Okay? So the more you are accustomed to taking those, the more your reality will open up through your courage, through your courageousness, through your fearlessness, through your willingness to do something new that you've never done before. So fully allow it. Choose today. Write it down. Write it down what you will do today that will allow you to live fully in your destiny as you truly wish on the planet. See if any doubts arise through it. It's okay. Allow them to arise. But then write down, what is the best thing that can happen if I take this risk? And write down all the incredible things that can happen to you if you choose to take the risk.